Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we'll be learning how to handle data inputs and outputs using Pandas. Understanding data input and outputs in Pandas is a very important aspect of working with any dataset. We usually are involved with reading data from various sources and writing data back to these sources. And luckily, Pandas provide a wide range of functions to handle input and output operations efficiently. We'll be going through a few file types that we generally work with in our day-to-day. The first file type would be a CSV. CSV stands for comma separated values, and it's one of the most common file formats for sharing tabular data. Pandas provide the read CSV function and toCSV function for reading and writing CSV files. So let's have a look how we can read a CSV file. So here we have a data folder containing our datasets, and we have a data.csv file. First, we want to make sure that we have Pandas imported, and we can create a data frame by using the read CSV function and providing it with the file path. So here, since it's in the data folder, we need to have the correct file path. And let's print the data frame to see our result. So here we see we printed out the data frame. So the data frame has 1,000 rows with 12 columns. And you can see that the first column is the column labels. So there are a lot of parameters you can use when you're calling this read CSV function. So make sure to check the official Pandas documentation if you want to learn more about which parameters you can use. So let's add a few parameters. First, let's skip the first row. And also we only want to show the first 100 rows in the data frame. So if we were to have a look at the data frame again, we can see that now we've only seen the first 100 rows and that the labels are removed. You can also use the converters parameter to apply a custom parsing function to specific columns. So here we have a parsing function that adds index to the values, and we want to apply this parsing function to the index column. And when we have a look at the data frame, we can see that the index column, we've added the word index in front of the original value. You can use the toCSV function to write out a data frame into a CSV file. So let's say we want a new file that only has the first 100 rows. What we could do is to write out a new CSV file using the toCSV function. And we're passing on the index equals false, so then we don't write the row indexes. And we can see that we have a new output CSV file created. Again, just like the read CSV function, the toCSV function has a lot of parameters, so definitely check out the documentation to see what parameters you can use. We can also compress the CSV file by using the compression parameter. We just need to pass in the compression parameter, and in this example, we're trying to create a zip file. As you can see, we created a new zip file. Let's move on to Excel files. There might be cases where you want to read an Excel file, and Pandas definitely supports this feature. In order to read an Excel file, you want to use the read Excel function. So here we're creating a data frame by reading in an Excel file. Make sure you have the correct file path, and also in this scenario, we want to only read sheet 1 of the Excel file. So if we were to run the program, we can see that we've successfully read the Excel file. The Excel file has 700 rows, 16 columns. And again, there's a lot of parameters you can use when you're reading an Excel file, so definitely check out the documentation. You can create an Excel file by using the toExcel function, so make sure to give the function the output location and what sheet you want to create. As you can see, we have an output Excel file. Moving on to JSON files. So JSON files stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it is a lightweight data exchange format. Python provides the read JSON and toJSON functions to work with JSON data. To read the JSON data, we use the read JSON and we pass in the file path. As you can see, we've successfully read in the JSON file. You can input your data frame into a JSON file by using the toJSON function. So here we're just using the toJSON function, and you want to give it a location. As you can see, an output JSON file has been created. You can use the JSON normalize function to flatten a nested JSON structure. So say we have a JSON structure that is nested, and we want to flatten the JSON, what we can do is to first load in the JSON file, and then we can use our Pandas JSON normalize function to flatten our nested JSON into our data frame. As you can see, we flattened our nested JSON data into our data frame. The last feature we'll be going through is reading from our clipboard. So the read clipboard function reads data from the clipboard, and the clipboard is just where your computer's copy function goes. So let's say we have some data that we want to copy. When you click copy in your computer, it essentially goes to your clipboard. So what we could do is, if we were to run our function, this would print out what we copied in the clipboard into a data frame. And as you can see, we printed out what we just copied. Thank you for watching this quick video on the ways you can handle different file types. There are more file types that Pandas support, so make sure to always reference the documentation. Like and subscribe if you appreciate these videos, and stay tuned for more videos about Pandas.